Okay, so here's a short review of Mouse PI for Hire. And I gotta say, this game surprised me more than I expected. It's got that old school boomer shooter energy, but like wrapped in the 1930s noir cartoon vibe that actually works really well. You play as Jack Pepper, a private investigator with attitude, and from the start, the game leans hard into that classic mobster style, and honestly, it pulls it off. First thing you'll notice is the vibe. The music is straight up noir, old school, jazzy, fits perfectly with the theme. The voice acting matches it too. Everyone sounds like they came out of a vintage crime film, and the dialogue is actually entertaining. The game doesn't take itself too seriously either.
I am whole again.
Oh, there we go. Much better.
You've got lines like,
"Get out of here,"
in that heavy New York accent, and it actually lands. It's funny, it's got personality, and it keeps you engaged with the characters the whole time. They even got lines like, "wise guy" or something.
"Wise guy."
Yeah, something like that. Now let's talk about the gameplay. This is where it really starts to feel like you're playing Doom Eternal. Feels like it existed in 1930s instead. You're unlocking weapons constantly, shotguns, machine guns, pistols, and some weapons you really don't expect. And on top of that, you're also unlocking abilities like double jumping, gliding, grappling hooks, and more. So the movement and combat start to feel fast, chaotic, and honestly just a lot of fun. It's that boomer shooter style, but with its own twist. One thing I didn't expect to enjoy this much was the lockpicking. At first, it's kind of frustrating. If the safe jams, you're forced to go back to your last save, which can, be pretty annoying. I really wish the game just let you retry the puzzle instead of punishing you like that, but it is what it is. It's not like they're sending you back to the main menu or something. But once you get used to it, it actually becomes very addictive. Like, I could sit there doing those puzzles all day, and the game does give you a lot of save points. So if you're that's not smart, but if you're safe and you use multiple save slots, it's not that big of a deal. There's also this mop system that helps guide you to objectives, which is actually super useful. Without it, I would have been lost a bunch of times, and there were some funny moments, like maybe once or twice, where it sent me way farther than I needed to go, only for the actual path to be right next to me, which was kind of annoying. But it barely happens, Overall, it's a solid system, and it definitely helps the flow of the game. If you're a completionist like me, make sure to check every corner in this game. They have lots of secret rooms, cool collectibles that you could find, and great ways to solve puzzles, not only to progress in the main story, but just for exploration's sake. The bosses are another big highlight. There's a lot of them, and most of them feel very unique. Some tie directly into the story, others just pop out of nowhere, which actually adds to the surprise and keeps things fresh. I'd say like 95% of them are great. There was maybe like one boss that felt too easy and unnecessary, but overall the variety and creativity are there. Now I do want to get into the bad side of the game. It's more like there were some glitches that were very rare, but they happen, unfortunately, in my experience. It happened a good amount too. Sometimes I couldn't pick up ammo or coins, or loot just wouldn't register. I also encountered some bugs that forced me to reload my game. I had moments where I got stuck in vents. Sometimes I fixed that by turning on and off the flashlight. Sorry, turning it off then turning it on. There was also a boss fight straight up didn't even spawn. I could hear the music, hear the dialogue, but the boss just wasn't there. So yeah, definitely use multiple save slots. That's just my tip for playing this game. Overall though, Mouse PI for Hire is a really fun experience. It's got style, personality, solid gameplay, and that mix of noir storytelling with fast-paced shooting actually works way better than it should. It's not perfect. If you're into boomer shooters and you want something different, this is 100% worth checking out. By the way, boomer shooters are all about shooting. It's very repetitive. If you're not into that, then don't play this game. There were moments I got sick of it, but I gave myself a good break, maybe like 2-hour break, and came back having lots of fun again. So yeah, that's about it. If you guys are into the game, you think it's interesting, let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'm gonna head outside now and play with my friends.
No, Master. It's Igor.
That's what I said.
No, you said Igor. But it's Igor.
Oh, for the love of what's with the robot babe?